What I'm about to reveal may astonish you, but God has led you here not by chance, but by calling. You're not here to be entertained. You're here to be activated. Chosen one, this moment is not random. This message is not ordinary. You have no idea what's about to happen, but heaven already knows. Everything is shifting: timelines, energy, destinies. The world is entering a new phase, but not everyone will make it through. Many will fall asleep. Many will be wiped out by distraction, greed, and fear. But not you. You're different. You're chosen. And this is your final step. Comment 99 if your spirit is ready. Like and subscribe if you know this is your word. Chosen one, something sacred is unfolding in the unseen. You may feel it in your spirit, even if you cannot yet describe it. You may have noticed a shift in the atmosphere around you, an inner tug that will not let you rest, a sense of urgency that is difficult to ignore. This is not your imagination. This is the beginning of a divine movement. Across the world, a great spiritual transition is taking place. Energies are shifting, patterns are breaking, old systems are collapsing, and new alignments are being born. This is not about chaos or fear. This is about divine transformation. However, those who are not spiritually aligned may not understand what is happening. They may mistake this awakening for confusion or discomfort. But you, the chosen one, have been set apart to see it clearly. There is a reason why you feel different from others. There is a reason why you have always sensed that your life was meant for something deeper, something greater. That inner knowing has been placed inside you by a higher power. It is a divine signal, reminding you that you are not ordinary. You are part of a sacred group that is being called into action during this specific season of human history. Many people are focused solely on what they can see with their eyes and measure with their minds. They are distracted by noise, busyness, and temporary pleasures. But something much larger is happening beyond the physical. A spiritual separation is unfolding between those who are asleep and those who are awake. Those who are awake, those like you, are being summoned to rise, to prepare, and to position themselves for what is about to unfold. There is no need to be afraid. You are not being asked to carry the weight of the world. You are simply being asked to listen, to stay alert, and to honor the calling on your life. The truth is, when a divine shift happens, not everyone will recognize it at the same time. Some will resist it, others will deny it, but the chosen ones will move with it. They will hear the whisper of destiny and respond without delay. You are not alone in what you are feeling. Around the globe, other chosen souls are waking up. They are beginning to see beyond the surface of things. They are questioning the systems they once trusted. They are feeling drawn to something higher, something purer, something more meaningful. And just like you, they are being positioned for divine purpose. The problem is not that the world is changing. Change is necessary. The real concern is that many people are unprepared for the spiritual responsibility that comes with the shift. They have been trained to survive, but not to lead. They have been taught to consume, but not to create. But you, chosen one, have been prepared for more. You have been refined through trials, shaped by isolation, and strengthened by experiences that others would not understand. Your journey has not been easy, but it has been purposeful. Every delay, every disappointment, and every detour has been part of your preparation. Now, as the world moves into a new era, your presence is needed more than ever. The voices of light must rise. The hands of healing must extend. The hearts of faith must be bold and open. This is why your awareness matters. This is why your readiness is so important. What is coming is not a threat, it is an opportunity for realignment. But only those who are willing to open their eyes and surrender their old ways will be able to walk through the door that is opening. That door is spiritual. That door is sacred. And that door is reserved for those who choose to rise in this moment, rather than hide. You are not here by accident. You are here because a divine force has called you forward. You are part of a movement that is bigger than you can imagine, and your role in it is essential. Do not underestimate the value of your light. Do not delay your preparation. The time is now, and the shift is real. Chosen one, a divine shift is now taking place, and it is not something you can see with your physical eyes alone. It is happening deep within the spiritual realm, and it is influencing everything in the physical world. This shift is not just a change in atmosphere or energy. It is a sacred movement initiated by a higher force to bring the world into alignment with a greater divine order. What you may be feeling inside, those sudden emotional waves, the feeling of restlessness, the urge to reflect more deeply, is not confusion. It is a signal that you are spiritually waking up. This is the call of transformation. Your soul is responding to something that is higher than logic, greater than routine, and deeper than the surface-level life you have known. For a long time, many people have wandered spiritually. They have searched for meaning in temporary things, trying to fill a spiritual hunger with material answers. But the divine shift has now begun to bring people back to truth, back to purpose, and most importantly, back to God. This is not about religion, it is about relationship. It is about connection to the Creator and remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. You, the chosen one, are not just waking up for your own sake. You are awakening so that you can guide others. The shift is not just personal, it is collective. And those who have been called by divine design are now stepping into roles of spiritual leadership, not through force or pride, but through truth, humility, and service. During this divine shift, many who once mocked or ignored spiritual matters are now beginning to search for answers. Hearts are softening, eyes are opening. The same people who once rejected divine wisdom are now seeking understanding. And they will look to people like you, not because you are perfect, but because you carry light. You carry wisdom that comes not from textbooks, but from your own inner transformation. This divine shift is also about alignment. You will notice that things which are not meant for your journey will start falling away. Relationships that no longer support your growth may drift. Old habits that do not serve your purpose will feel uncomfortable. You may be asked to let go of certain things, not because they are bad, but because they no longer belong in the next chapter of your divine assignment. At the same time, new paths will begin to open. You will feel drawn to certain people, opportunities, and environments that feel like home to your spirit. These are signs that you are aligning with divine timing. When you are in alignment, everything flows with more grace and peace. You will not have to chase. What is meant for you will begin to find you. There is something very sacred happening during this time. The veil between the seen and unseen is becoming thinner. You may notice that your intuition is stronger, your dreams are more vivid, and your inner sense of knowing is becoming more accurate. This is not a coincidence. It is divine preparation. You are being equipped with spiritual sensitivity because your role in this shift is significant. You are not here by accident. Your presence during this season of awakening is intentional. The experiences you have had, both joyful and painful, have prepared you to carry wisdom, compassion, and resilience. These are not random traits. They are spiritual tools that will help you lead others out of darkness and into light. Remember, a divine shift is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it happens quietly, in the stillness of your thoughts, in the way your heart begins to care more, and in the subtle ways your spirit begins to trust again. You are being changed from the inside out, and that inner change is what will radiate outward and impact the world around you. This is the moment to embrace your role, chosen one. You have been called not to merely observe the shift, but to move with it, to flow with grace, to act with purpose, and to speak with love. The divine shift is here and it is real. You are not just a part of it, you are a vessel for it. And through you, many others will awaken, remember, and return to the light. You can't wait anymore. You can't afford to see how it goes. You must act now. Faith without works is dead. James 2 verse 26. This is your assignment hour. No more hiding. No more doubting yourself. No more shrinking just to fit in with the unawakened. The world is in chaos, and whether you like it or not, they will look to you for answers. You'll be the light in their darkness, the calm in their storm, the voice when all other voices have lost meaning. But for that to happen, you must take the final step. And that step is this. Right arrow, release the fear. Right arrow, embrace your calling. Right arrow, speak boldly. Right arrow, walk with fire. Right arrow, obey God instantly, even when it makes no sense. Chosen one. There comes a time in every divine journey when prophetic warnings are no longer whispers. They become loud inner convictions that stir the soul. These warnings are not meant to bring fear, but to awaken your spirit, sharpen your focus, and prepare you for what is to come. You are not hearing this by accident. You are being positioned for something greater, and with that calling comes divine instruction. Throughout time, there have always been signs, subtle and obvious, that mark the beginning of a spiritual turning point. The shift we are now witnessing is one of those sacred moments. The world may appear the same on the surface, but in the spiritual realm, great movements are taking place. This is not just another season. It is a divine countdown, and if your soul has been feeling alert, it is because your spirit knows the time is near. There are moments in history when heaven speaks louder. This is one of those moments. You may have noticed that time feels like it is speeding up. Events are happening rapidly. Truth is being revealed. Systems are being shaken. These are not random coincidences. These are signs that divine realignment is unfolding. Many people continue to live as if nothing is changing, but those who are spiritually awake can feel the urgency. You may feel a weight in your chest, or a constant whisper telling you to prepare. That is the voice of God guiding you not to fear, but to readiness. One of the clearest prophetic warnings right now is this: what is hidden is coming to the surface. Secrets, lies, and falsehoods that have shaped the world for so long are now being exposed. This exposure is not punishment, it is mercy. It is a chance for people to return to truth before the window of grace closes. For the chosen ones, this is also a time of separation. You will begin to see a clear line forming between those who follow light and those who remain in spiritual sleep. This does not mean judgment. It means awareness. You are being asked to walk in discernment. You are being called to protect your peace, guard your focus, and remain deeply connected to your purpose. Another sign to pay attention to is the increase in spiritual hunger. People who never cared about divine things are now searching. They are asking questions. They are opening their hearts. And many of them will come to you, not because you have all the answers, but because your presence carries light. Your story, your journey, your healing, all of it is part of their awakening too. There will also be distractions. As this divine shift increases, the world will try to offer you substitutes. Empty pleasures, meaningless noise, and temporary comfort. These are meant to pull you away from your divine alignment. But the prophetic warning is clear. Remain focused. Stay rooted in truth. Protect the calling over your life, even if it means walking alone for a season. Some signs will come through dreams. Others will be seen in nature. Sometimes they will appear through people who speak a word at the right moment. You must pay attention. The more spiritually aligned you become, the more sensitive you will be to these signs. They are not to be ignored. They are part of your divine roadmap. You may also feel a deep pull to release certain things. This could include old patterns, toxic connections, or habits that keep your spirit dim. These are not losses, they are divine removals. What God removes, He replaces with better. But you must trust the process. It is also important to understand that prophetic warnings are not just about what is coming. They are about who you are becoming. You are not being warned simply to watch, you are being transformed to act. You have a role in this divine shift. Your obedience, your voice, your light will help others navigate the times ahead. And finally, always remember this. God never gives a warning without also offering a way through. You are not being left in the dark. You are being shown the path so that you can walk it with courage and clarity. Fear has no place in your future. Only faith, wisdom, and divine power. These are not ordinary days. These are sacred days. The atmosphere is heavy with prophecy. Heaven is calling, and you, chosen one, are awake enough to hear it. Honor that calling. Stay alert. Walk forward. Everything you need for this season has already been placed within you. Chosen one, in every generation, there has always been a unique method that heaven uses to reach the hearts of people. In ancient times, it was through prophets speaking in the desert, through scrolls carried by hand, and through voices echoing in sacred temples. But today, the mission has not changed, only the method has. In this generation, your mission is deeply connected to the tools that are already in your hands. The divine calling on your life is not limited to the old ways of communication. You are not expected to travel across mountains or sail across oceans to spread the message, unless God specifically tells you to. Instead, your modern mission is right here, right now, in your phone, your computer, and the digital spaces where your voice can echo far and wide. This is not about fame. This is not about being seen by millions for the sake of numbers. This is about impact. This is about showing up with truth in a world that is drowning in noise. You are the light in the scroll. You are the message in the feed. You are the reminder in the comments section that God is still alive, and His plan is still unfolding. Many people underestimate the power of their presence online. They think that posting a scripture, sharing a testimony, or uploading a message will not make a difference. But what they fail to see is that digital seeds can grow into spiritual harvests. One sentence, one moment of encouragement, one short video can reach someone who is on the edge of giving up. And when they hear your voice, they will remember that they are not alone. Your modern mission involves using these platforms with intention. It is not about competing with the world's influencers. It is about being consistent with your divine influence. Whether it is one person who listens or 10,000, your obedience matters. Your words carry weight because they come from a place of spiritual alignment. If you have a gift to speak, speak. If you can write, then write words that heal, uplift, and awaken. If you are creative, then let your art reflect heaven's beauty. Every skill you have can be used to carry light into dark places. The internet was never meant to be just a distraction. It can be a tool for divine transformation if used with purpose. This is also a reminder that you do not need to be perfect to begin. You do not need professional equipment or a large audience. What you need is the courage to say yes to your mission. What you need is the humility to show up even when it feels uncomfortable. And what you need most of all is the trust that if God gave you a voice, He will also send the right ears to hear it. There are people right now praying for clarity. They are lost in a sea of information, looking for something real. And your message, your truth, might be the answer they are seeking. It does not have to be dramatic. Sometimes the most powerful mission is found in quiet consistency, showing up with love, speaking with peace, standing firm in truth even when the world shakes. Use social media as your mission ground. Use videos, messages, reels, and even your daily life to reflect what it means to walk with God in the modern world. When you do, you turn ordinary moments into sacred ones. You turn followers into seekers. You transform screens into sanctuaries. And if you ever feel like giving up, remember this: your voice matters more than you know. Every post, every prayer, every message is a ripple in the spiritual realm. You are not wasting time. You are planting eternal seeds. You were not born in this digital generation by mistake. You were born for such a time as this. There is a reason you are alive now with access to technology, platforms, and global reach. It is because your mission was designed to align with this moment. And your mission is divine. So go forward with boldness. Take the message and run with it. Do not compare yourself. Do not hesitate. What you carry is not small, it is sacred. What you release is not ordinary, it is prophetic. And what you share is not just content, it is purpose in action. This is your modern mission, and you are ready. Chosen one, there comes a moment in every soul's journey when a decision must be made. A decision between what is temporary and what is eternal. This is the great divide between the material and the spiritual. In today's world, many are chasing after things that rust, break, fade, and disappear. But your calling is higher. You were never created to be consumed by things. You were created to carry truth, to live with purpose, and to walk in spiritual abundance. Material things are not evil by themselves. Money, houses, clothes, and status can be useful. They can provide comfort, opportunity, and stability. However, the danger arises when those things become the center of your life. When people begin to measure their value by what they own, they slowly lose connection with who they truly are. The soul grows silent while the noise of materialism grows louder. The spiritual path is different. It is quieter but deeper. It is not always praised by the world, but it is always honored by heaven. When you choose the spiritual over the material, you are choosing a life that is filled with meaning, not just with things. You are choosing peace over pressure, purpose over performance, and eternal light over temporary glitter. Spiritual abundance means knowing that you are already complete, even if the world tells you otherwise. It means having joy that cannot be taken by circumstances. It means having peace that remains even in the middle of storms. It means being guided by faith, not fear. You might not have everything you want, but you will always have everything you need. When you walk in spiritual alignment, you will find that the right things begin to find you. The right people are drawn to your presence. The right doors open without you forcing them. That is what happens when you live from the inside out, not the outside in. The world will continue to tempt you. It will flash images of luxury, success, and popularity. It will whisper that more equals better, that bigger equals happier. But these are illusions. True happiness is not in having more, it is in needing less. It is in being deeply satisfied with your connection to God, your sense of mission, and your love for others. Look at the lives of the truly wise and fulfilled. They are not chasing the wind. They are grounded, steady, and grateful. They wake up each day with a sense of divine purpose. Their joy is not borrowed from material possessions. It is born from within. As a chosen one, you are being invited to live this way. You are being called to rise above the culture of comparison and consumerism. You are being guided into a new lifestyle, a spiritual lifestyle that values moments over money, love over luxury, and grace over greed. This does not mean you must live in poverty. It means you must live with clarity. If wealth comes, let it serve a divine purpose. If success arrives, let it reflect your character. But never allow material things to define your identity or distract your soul from the higher mission. What matters most is what you carry on the inside. It is your faith, your compassion, your humility, your wisdom, and your love. These are the treasures that will never fade. These are the riches that truly matter. When your heart is filled with light, your life becomes a blessing to others. And that is a wealth far greater than gold. You are not just building a life. You are building a legacy, a spiritual legacy, one that cannot be measured in bank accounts or square footage, but in lives touched, hearts healed, and truth shared. So take a moment to reflect. What is guiding your steps? Material desire or spiritual vision? What is feeding your decisions? External pressure or inner peace? Let today be a turning point. Choose the higher path. Choose simplicity. Choose alignment. Choose soul over surface. When you do, you will find a joy that does not expire, a purpose that does not waver, and a destiny that cannot be taken. This is the beauty of the spiritual life. It lifts you, frees you, and most importantly, it connects you deeply and fully to the source of all good things. You were made for more than this world can offer. You were made for eternal greatness. This is not just a video. This is your ultimatum. You can keep waiting, or you can step in. You can keep scrolling, or you can surrender. This is your moment. Stop hesitating. There's no more time to go back. No more time to explain yourself. No more room to doubt. The final step is faith. The final step is action. The final step is now. Say this out loud. Dove, I receive what I do not yet understand. I trust what I cannot yet see. I accept the call I can no longer deny. You have no idea what's about to happen. And that's exactly why it's holy. The doors are opening. The shift is happening. And you, the chosen one, are ready. Take the final step.